Monday Night Football, Chargers, Steelers, and holy cow, I don't think anyone saw the ending of this game coming. The Steelers win it 24-20, but just barely. Le'Veon Bell sneaks across to get a touchdown as time expired. And Chargers players after the game were saying, we just kept watching it on replay, hoping that his knee was down before the ball crossed the plane, but that wasn't the case. And the Chargers fall to 2-3. Really, they should have won this one. It did come down to plays being made at the end by the Steelers. You can blame those last two drives of the Steelers where Wheaton gets a touchdown, and it's one play from Vic to Wheaton, 72 yards. Steelers get a touchdown. Brandon Flowers got beat. And then you can look at that defensive stop for the Chargers. They weren't able to get a stop on Le'Veon Bell, but it also came down to a lot of plays not being made by the Chargers, especially in the second and third quarter. The Chargers got something going on the first drive of the game, a touchdown to Antonio Gates, Rivers to Gates. Everything looked good. Gates gets his century mark for receiving touchdowns, only the second tight end in NFL history to do so, behind Tony Gonzalez. But then after that, they just sort of sputtered, and now a lot of that was due to penalties. There were a lot of drives on the Chargers offense that stalled because of penalties, and a lot of those penalties coming from the offensive linemen. The Chargers really couldn't get anything going on their run game, 52 yards rushing total for the game, and they kind of tried to stick with the run, but then it ended up burning them in some ways, and Rivers did hit 5 receivers for at least 50 yards, 6 if you count Malcolm Floyd, who finished the game with 48 yards. So he was able to get the ball out, but again, this just comes down to really an inability to do much at all till the fourth quarter. And by that time, the Steelers were able to do some things on their own too. So you can blame the defense. You can look at the defense and say, well, they gave up this play and they gave up that play. Yeah, but the offense also couldn't get much happening, and I think that that's a huge part of it as well. Now, after the game, players were talking about how much this one hurts to lose at home on Monday Night Football when it appeared that you had the game in your hands in the fourth quarter. They were also saying you got to have a short memory. They go to Green Bay. They play Green Bay on Sunday, so they can't dwell on this one too long. They've just got to get past it as quickly as possible, learn what they can from it, and then move on to Green Bay.